Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today's session. Today is God Purnima, so happy God Purnima to everyone, to all of you. So we will be playing some recording by Grace Gorang Prabhu about the Gaur Lila. So we'll begin our prayers. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. I'll just share this screen.
So on the auspicious occasion of Gaur Purnima, I will speak about the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the perspective of how
Hare Krishna. The recordings we can hear. Is audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
he has made Krishna consciousness so accessible. Three aspects I would like to highlight. First is overcoming resistance to bhakti. Second, offering assistance to the Lord and to the Lord's devotees. And third is obtaining persistence or steadiness in the practice. And through Mahaprabhu's interactions with his associates, these have been highlighted. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri, Gadadhar Pandit wishes to travel with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu has very strictly ordered Gadadhar Pandit not to leave Jagannath Puri. Gadadhar Pandit jabe sangete cholila kshetra sannyas nishedhila prabhu nishedhila. So Mahaprabhu says that I have ordered you not to leave Jagannath Puri. You should stay here only because this is your kshetra sannyas. Prabhu kohe इहरह कर गोपीनाथ सेवन पंडित कहे कोटि सेवा त्वत्पाद darshan. So Mahaprabhu tells Gadadhar Pandit, you stay here and serve Gopinath. And Gadadhar Pandit says, actually, by continuously seeing your lotus feet and serving your lotus feet, I will serve Gopinath million times more. Mahaprabhu is not very impressed with this argument. And Mahaprabhu tells him that actually, if an associate and a servant disobeys the instruction, then the master gets the blame. So Mahaprabhu says, Prabhu kahe seva chhadibe amay lage dosh, iha rahi seva kar amara santosh. You just stay here and serve Lord Gopinath. I will be very pleased. I will be satisfied. So Gadadhar Pandit does not stop here. Gadadhar Pandit thinks out of the box. And he thinks of a way how he can fulfill his own desire. And he says, actually, my dear Lord, you are traveling by one path. I will come by another path. So both of us will not be leaving Jagannath Puri together. So nobody can accuse you that Mahaprabhu has taken Gadadhar Pandit. You go on your own, I will come on my own, but I'll meet you in Bengal. How do you like the idea? Mahaprabhu says, no, it does not work. Because there are two properties which a devotee has. And what are those two properties? Mahaprabhu says, Amar sange rahite chah bancha nija sukha tomar dui dharmayaya amar hoy dukha. If you leave these two of your most important duties, tomar dui dharma jay amar hoy dukha, I will be in great pain. The two assets which a devotee has is his service and his vow. If a devotee gives up his vow and he gives up his service, then nothing else remains. The core assets for a devotee are the vows which he takes and the service which he has at the lotus feet of the Lord and the devotees. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enforces that Gadadhar Pandit goes back to Jagannath Puri. Prabhu lagi dharma karma chhade bhaktagan, bhakta dharma hani prabhu na hoye sahan. So Kaviraj Goswami says, the devotees were willing to give up everything just for the association of the Lord. Association of the Lord, an opportunity to have darshan of His divine form, was so attractive that the devotees were willing to give up everything just to be with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhu lagi dharma karma chhade bhaktagan. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not acknowledge this. He did not accept this. Bhakta dharma hani prabhu na hoye sahan. And Mahaprabhu could not tolerate anybody deviating from his vows and deviating from his service. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu insisted to Gadadhar Pandit that you must follow these principles for auspiciousness in spiritual life. And therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita basically is the character of the soul in immortality. The soul within the material world is used to the principle of offending, denying, creating obstacles in the plans of the Lord, to rebel and not follow. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to demonstrate that progress in bhakti is only possible by following the principles of Vaishnava Seva. And therefore, the Lord's plan cannot be overcome, and one should try to follow the Lord's plan at any cost. So these are some of the most important principles which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to establish. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is described that there are three main causes of a conditioned soul's entrapment within this material world. Till the soul overcomes these three main roots, these three principles root the conditioned soul to the material world. And what are these three things? It is said, first is false arguments, tendency towards false arguments. Nahi adbhutam tat charanabdharenu bhir. Hatam haso bhaktir adhokshaje amala. Mahortikat yasya samagamachame dustarka mulo apahato aviveka. So dustarka mulo is false argument. The tendency for false argument. Second, false pride. And third is a lack of discrimination, aviveka. How can it be overcome? He says, Nahi adbhutam tat charanabjarenubhir. By serving the lotus feet of the devotees, by following the will of the Vaishnavas, gradually the tendency to rebel, to have these false arguments, to have lack of discrimination will be overcome. Hatam hasho, bhaktir adhokshaje. Bhakti towards the lotus feet of Lord Adhokshas, the Supreme Lord, is established when one follows these principles. Tasya tasya janononam nayam vedor vikramam kalyamanopi valino vayor iva ghanavali. The Lord's will can never be overcome. It is infallible. It is all powerful. And therefore the association of devotees gives us an opportunity to follow the Lord's will and agree to serve the Lord's will, which comes through the devotees. And that's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dealing like this with Gadadhar Pandit, demonstrating that unless one overcomes resistance to one's own desires and plans, one cannot progress further on the path of bhakti. So therefore, rationalization is defined as use of intelligence in the service of the false ego. And therefore, here we find that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, progress in bhakti is possible when we develop 4 types of attitude. First, you have to be able to cultivate to see good qualities in others. Second, have the faith that no one is a rogue, no one is eternally damned or fallen. Third, he says, learn to see Krishna's hand in every situation. And fourth, develop the positive attitude and be optimist that there is some plan of Krishna behind this, which is there for my reformation and for my transformation. And this principle basically helps us overcome this resistance. And the difference between austerity and higher taste is austerity is to say no to sense gratification grudgingly, and higher taste is to say no to sense gratification willingly. And so, resistance decreases with the increased realization that whatever one may do, Krishna is ultimately in control. And therefore, the first stage is overcoming resistance. The second stage is how can we offer assistance? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri, and Nityananda Prabhu is right there along with him. And Mahaprabhu tells Nityananda, Nityananda kahe shuna Shripad, prativ ei ami magi tumi karah prasad. O Nityananda Prabhu, I have a special request for you. And what is that? Prativarshe nila chale tumina asiba gaudara he mora ichha safala kariba. Every year, you should not come to Jagannath Puri. You should stay in Bengal and preach Krishna consciousness in Bengal. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, is Mahaprabhu denying Nityananda Prabhu a special privilege by telling him to stay in Bengal? Prabhupada writes, a faithful servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by executing Mahaprabhu's order, by being faithful in sacrificing his comforts, there will be a greater fortune which will arise in his life by following the principles of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And therefore, although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he comes in the mood of a devotee as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, I seek assistance in spreading this mission. I also need help. And therefore, I request you, O Nityananda, to help me, because I can only preach to the scholars. I have my limits. But you can go to anybody and preach to any class of society. And therefore, Mahaprabhu demonstrates his dependence on Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And therefore, what is the solution to overcome this resistance? We should try to follow the instructions of the devotees which is given to us. When Krishna is in the spiritual world performing pastimes with his gopis, so there are three categories of gopis. First are the prime 8 gopis who are known as the Paramapreshta Sakhis. Then the second is the 64 gopis who are known as the Priya Sakhis. And amongst them, there are those who are Krishna Snehadika, who are more inclined towards serving Krishna, and the second category is Sama Snehadika, those who are equally inclined towards Krishna and Radharani. The third category, apart from Paramapreshta and Priya Sakhis, is known as the Prana Sakhis. And the Prana Sakhis are those who are very special. This category of gopis have only Srimati Radharani's pleasure in their mind. And their only agenda is how to make Srimati Radharani blissful and happy and bring Krishna and Radharani together. And therefore these Prana Sakhis or Nitya Sakhis, these are very, very powerful gopis who have two characteristics. They are extremely determined to serve Srimati Radharani selflessly. They are not caring about whether Krishna spends time with us or not. They simply want Srimati Radharani to be happy, and they want to bring Srimati Radharani close to Krishna. And they are determined in doing so. Along with determination, their second aspect is their detachment. They are not concerned with their own pleasure. They are only concerned with bringing Srimati Radharani closer to Krishna. And this kind of mood which these Sakhis have in their heart of only exclusively wishing and desiring Radharani's pleasure is known as Radha Dasyam. And therefore, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to distribute this mood of Radha Dasyam, which is service without any selfish consideration. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered to be Mahabadanyaya, one who has distributed the highest amongst those who are the most fallen. And therefore, Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, understands this, and he is assisted by the Goswamis, who are all the Manjaris from the spiritual world. And therefore, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives this instruction to Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu tells him, Taha siddhi kare he na anye na dekhiye, amara dushkara karma, toma hoite hoye. Mahaprabhu says, apart from you, O Nityananda, I do not see anyone else who can make this thing happen. Only you can make this happen. I have full faith in you. Taha siddhi kare he na anye na dekhiye. So Prabhupada writes a very beautiful purport where he says that by Lord Vishnu's grace, a Vaishnava is empowered to become more powerful than even Vishnu, just like Hanumanji, just like Arjuna. And this is the special prerogative of Vishnu, that a Vaishnava is empowered to excel Vishnu. And Prabhupada says, this is the power of the Guru Parampara, that once we follow the instructions and assist in the mission, most impossible things become possible. And therefore, this is one of the aspects of Krishna's personality, which is beauty. And what is Krishna's beauty? It is his ability to give credit to others. Krishna's quality of giving credit to his devotees more than himself is what makes his character beautiful. And everything is arranged by the Lord, and by the grace of the Lord, credit for victory is given to Hanumanji, given to Arjuna. And therefore, Prabhupada says, similarly in the Krishna consciousness movement, everything is happening according to the prediction and desire of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu agrees to give credit to the sincere devotee who tries to follow these instructions.
So, thank you, devotees, for your patient listening. We are open for any discussion. The devotees would like to share something from the recordings today. Anything from your side, Harisham Prabhu?
No problem.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have a question. He said three things are harmful to devotional service, and he mentioned false argument. What else, Prabhu? I did not catch properly. He gave that Srimad Bhagavatam reference also.
Mataji, actually one is false argument, one is false pride, one is lack of discrimination, Mataji. That much I understand.
Thank you, Madhusundari Mataji. Yes, Solution Mataji, and I think Vijayashri Mataji also raised hand. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu. Whatever it is mentioned, like this false argument, false pride, and lack of discrimination, these three are the three causes which are entrapping the soul in this material world. And the first Gaurang Prabhu started the three aspects, those are the difference. First one is like resistance, and second one is how can offer assistance. And third one I haven't noted down, dismissed. And in this, the Prabhu mentioned like the first point, the two assets of the devotees or the two properties of the devotees are the service and vows. I like that point, Prabhu, very much.
Yes. Two qualities of the devotees. Thank you so much. Yes, Vijayashri Mataji, please share something.
Just to add to it, Sulochana, this is resistance, assistance, and persistence. The third one.
Visham Prabhu, what is the third one, Prabhu? Resistance, assistance,
Persistence.
persistence.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I don't have much to say anything, but it is very nice. I like this perspective of Krishna's quality of giving credit to others is makes him more beautiful. We always hear Krishna is all attractive by seeing his the beauty. Sometimes even we hear about when Prabhu mentioned the quality of giving credits to his devotees makes him more beautiful. That is that Bhaktavasthala nature, all that comes into that category. So I like that point. That's it, bro.
Thank you, Mataji. Shweta Mataji, you have anything to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandar Pranam Prabhuji. I was really liking that conversation between Gadadhar Pandit and the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what I was realizing that Gadadhar Pandit was arguing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he had his goal, his destination fixed. He had one clarity in his mind that he has to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, how to serve argument was only for that. Okay, I want to serve you in this way, but the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted him to serve him in another way. So that quality itself, that the goal is fixed. It's just how to execute it. The way of execution was being discussed about. But our situation at this point is that we are not that much fixed at the feet of. At least I am talking about I myself, that there is the only goal in the life. It's just the matter how I have to do it, how I have to arrange my life to achieve that goal. That is not the situation. I have so many other goals also. I have to um, go to my job also. I have to do this also. I have to do that also. So, so the goal itself is like multiple goals. So I was laughing that how can there be any output? So that's what my thought process, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Yashashwini, you had something to say.
Hare Krishna. I like the point where Prabhu was saying that when we are following the instruction, then then Krishna will empower the strength to to for, to do that task more than that he himself do. Like he empowered Arjuna, even though he only arranged everything, but glories came to Arjuna, and similarly for Hanuman also. Similar statement Maharaj also gave that um, mm, to follow the power is there in instruction. If we follow, the capabilities will come. So I like that point.
And one more point was what he actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said about the qualities what devotees should have, that look always positive among other in front of you in others, and so those things were also very good, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Regarding this clarity of the goal, I heard in a lecture some other time that there is some study was conducted. I think which university, I don't know. Then so the professor asked the student, some 10 years ago that study was done, how many of you have, what is your goal in life? Can you please write down? Then around 3% people, they actually wrote and gave to the professor. Around 18% people, they raised their hand. They have the goal, but they did not write. They said, yeah. And the rest of the people, they said, yeah, no, nothing. Whatever the flows of life is, we will carry on. I mean, they're casual. 10 years later, those 3% people who wrote actually, who were able to write what their goal is there in their life, it was found that they were 10 times more successful than the rest of the people who has no written or has no clarity. So our Maharaj said, he's a Rompasai Maharaj, like other lecture I heard about this goal part. Then when the goal is clear, it's very easy to follow the steps. And he always would encourage one thing at a time. So that is something is helpful for me when things come about the setting the goal or thinking about the goal. Just thought to share. Nothing to answer your question, but this point came in my mind. Yeah. We have
Thank you, Prabhu.
any other devotee would like to say something? Lavanya Mataji, do you have anything to say? Ashok Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So here all devotees mentioned already, like what are the qualities we need to have to progress And main thing is here, there are 3 types of gopis are there, like prime gopis and 64 gopis and Radha gopis. So those gopis actually prana sakis and nitya sakis. Though the sakis always wants to but like Radharani to be happy, so they bring Krishna together. So they always, so in this mood, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came in this Kali Yuga, in this Bhava. So that's what I like. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Sushila Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Regarding that goals only, like in the other fields, having the goals and if goal is clear and following that one towards that goal is easy. But as Shamkun Prabhu explained, like yesterday in that class, so in the spiritual life, it will not work out. Like if we focus on the goal in the spiritual life rather than this process, then it is block our emotions. So spiritual life is not the just outcome. So it is a process. So we need to be happy with the process. This from the yesterday lecture. Just share it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, any other devotee? They have something? Shamkund Prabhu, is it possible for you? I'm not sure if you are in travel or something, to share something, Prabhu.
I'm on the train. It's tough, Prabhu, here. I'm getting hearing it breaking.
Okay.
Prabhu, I have a small question. I didn't understand the essence, like why Mahaprabhu said Gadadhar Pandit to stay with him in Puri, not to leave like Kshetra Sannyasa like that. And Lord Nityananda, he say, stay in Bengal and preach, not come to Puri like that. So, can you please elaborate, Prabhu?
Yes. Maybe I will request Yugal Kishore Prabhu to elaborate on this.
In the sense, what you didn't understand, Mataji, here? What is what?
Means why Mahaprabhu said to one to stay, one to preach, like because both are empowered, like Gadadhara, Srimati Radharani, and Nityananda.
Because Gadadhar Pandit took Kshetra Sannyas, right? Like that he will not leave that place of residence. And when Mahaprabhu was leaving to go to Vrindavan, Gadadhar Pandit wanted to accompany him. So he said, no, like vow once taken should not be broken. And also like Mahaprabhu entrusted him the service of taking care of Gopinath. So Mahaprabhu wanted him to do that service. For Nityananda Prabhu, he is more like a avatuda, right? He traveled all over the place and his nature was like that. So he gave him that service of going to Bengal because he need preachers as well, right? So he asked him to go. But actually Nityananda Prabhu came every year for Jagannath Puri Yatra during Yatra time to meet Mahaprabhu. So, but he was given that service to him and Haridas Thakur to preach in Bengal. That was the service given to them. I don't know whether it answered your question, but that was the service Mahaprabhu, based on each individual's nature, he gave them this service. Yeah, of course, like Gadadhar Pandit could have gone and preached as well, but the service given to them is different.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. I missed the starting, like our Gopinath service said to Gadadhar Pandit. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yugal Kishore Prabhu, your mic is unmuted. Please.
Yeah, just in addition, what Harisham Prabhu said that when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally present in Jagannath Puri and the Bengal and Bangladesh, what is today's that, so that area was not presented by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a preaching aspect. And as Harisham Prabhu said that, so and later, of course, even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda Mahaprabhu, who was Avadhuta, to get married, and then as a Grahastha spread the preaching, spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna and the spiritual master will assign service as per the nature, inclinations, and what is required at that point of time. So all those things give the importance. For example, Srila Prabhupada would say that you go to Japan and spread the message. You go to the San Francisco and do that. And that is at that point of time that service is important, and inclinations, and somebody, so you go to Radha Damodar party and then somebody book distribution. So depend upon the nature, inclinations, and the what is required at that point of time. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Kumar
So
Kamat.
here, sorry, Prabhu.
Yes.
One question, I'll continue to this one. Like Kshetra Sannyas means actually they should not come to the place at all, or sometimes as Radhayatra is mentioning, so they can come like that. How is it, Prabhu?
No, Kshetra Sannyas means you stay at the same place. Okay, for example, Kshetra Sannyas in Vrindavan means you stay only within the boundary of Vrindavan. You don't leave that place. And for Gadadhar Pandit, the Kshetra Sannyas is Jagannath.
Okay. I thought Kshetra Sannyas means we have to renounce that place, something like this. I thought.
No, you stay at the same place and serve the Vaishnavas or deities there.
Okay.
So that's why many people in Vrindavan also take Kshetra Sannyas, that they don't leave Vrindavan for their life. So they stay back there.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Yes, Kumar Mataji, you have.
Hare Krishna. In addition to what all they have said, I felt Mahaprabhu also demonstrated that it is very important for us not to be attached to even the Supreme Lord. If he gives us a service that is not actually very pleasing to Gadadhar Pandit at that point of time, he wanted to serve the Lord directly. Then he was asked to demonstrate that it is much more important to follow the instructions than to even serve the Lord directly. That is what he wanted to demonstrate through Gadadhar Pandit, maybe. That is one teaching for us through him. Another is, as Yugala Kishore Prabhu also already said, according to the not only the nature but also the some quality that the Guru sees in you, which you may not be even aware of. So he thinks that you are fit to do that service. And even if we do not have that quality or the ability, then he himself empowers the person to get that job done. So he is sometimes empowering even more than himself, like in the case of Arjuna or Hanuman. So the power of the Guru Parampara and their empowerment is so strong that whatever the Guru wishes, he will enact through that particular devotee, even if that particular devotee did not have. Like Srila Prabhupada asked them to print books and they did not know ABCD of printing. But they just took the service without questioning and without argument, and they were so successful. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Mataji. One comment from Vijayeshwari Mataji. Lord wants to protect his devotees' vows. Okay, in the case of, let's say, the Gadadhar Pandit or Bhishma. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing. It's 7:09. Any one last comment from some devotee? Channa Keshava Prabhu, anything from your side? Or Neelima Mataji, also there in the call?
Prabhu Chanakeshav Prabhu is in office work, Prabhu.
He is in office. Okay. Neelima Mataji?
Nothing, Prabhu.
Oh, okay.
Prabhu, just I want to share one point. How to progress bhakti. 4 points Prabhu said. Somehow I felt so inspired by that. Always see good qualities in others and keep faith that no one is eternal. And third point is learn to see always Krishna's hand in all situations like that, and a positive attitude in optimist like that. So when we are hearing, it's very inspiring to practicing Krishna conscious like that. First point itself, I am feeling like that is only stumbling block. Like always see good qualities in others like that. Yes, Prabhu, this is a very nice thought of sharing.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing.
Mataji, the second one is no one is rogue or bad or something like this. Yeah.
No one is eternally
damned. No one is eternally damned. That means nobody is Krishna says in the 16th chapter that you will eternally go to the hellish. So that's not the one that eternally nobody is damned. Everybody has opportunity to become a devotee.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So it's 7:11. So thank you all devotees for sharing different things from the lecture. So we'll meet on Monday. And once again, happy God Purnima to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.